getting proper attire.
Orale. West Side.
Drew, back for another beer review session here, digitally in the age of quarantine again. So tonight we've got this Cerveza Oscura from Marble Brewing's new Mexican-style dark lager, which will be released tomorrow. Tomorrow? Is that correct?
Yes, tomorrow.
Tomorrow, August 11th. So
August. April.
April.
We're not that far into this, man.
Close enough. And we're back. All right.
Okay.
All right, so dark lager.
I'm
going to twist my arm on this one.
Nope.
Hoping for a little more malty and quenchable at the same time. So
yeah,
let's.
Yeah, super crisp and clean. Good lager, yeast aroma, and yeah.
Yep, nice proper color here. Yeah, they gave it an extra week in the tank, and I think it paid off nicely for Marble. So a quick shout out to Geraldine Lucero, who was awesome enough to set aside a 6-pack for us to review. And Geraldine,
thank you, Geraldine.
Cheers. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Right off the bat, I gotta say this is incredibly clean and really refreshing, but has a nice little light malt base, just a nice wheat, like kind of crisp wheatness to it. Wheatness, if that's a word.
Wheatiness? Weedy? I don't know. And it's very smooth, but it's got a little heft to it. It's not just like its lighter golden counterparts in the Mexican lager genre. So kind of like it. Almost want to run over to La Reforma and grab a growler of theirs and put them side by side.
There's an idea.
Yeah, it's a great style. I mean, I've always enjoyed, like even the macro, honestly, Negro Modelo, and to a certain extent, the Dos Equis Amber ain't bad either. I mean, it's a lovely style, especially for sipping out on a patio with some good chili and enchiladas. And
yeah, it's definitely.
This is super clean. It finishes remarkably clean.
Yeah, it's a good beer for this time of year. Just of course, being April, just hold your hand over your beer so nothing gets in it from the vast amounts of pollen that are hammering my sinuses into submission right now.
It's not going to get in your beer. It's going to get in your sinuses, eyes, everywhere else, whatever.
Eyes?
Yeah, so for anyone wanting a little bit more than a regular lager, I guess this is,
add all three Marble stations. Yeah,
this is definitely just a little bit more, just has a little, I won't even say heavier malt base, but just it's got a little something extra. It's just got
a little bit more mouthfeel. I'd say is kind of the big thing, and then just a bit more like just notes of a little bit of a note of roast, maybe just a hair of biscuit, but not particularly overpowering at all. I mean, the character is very delicate, and you just get kind of hints of hops, but not really that much there, which you don't. I mean, for the style, that's not what you're going for anyway. You're going for drinkability and yeah, this knocks that right out of the park. Man, it's delicious.
Just about all Mexican style lagers are derived from German beers, but they're brewed to be lighter in most respects, because obviously it's a bit warmer in Mexico than it is in Germany. So
just a smidgen.
Just a smidge. Yeah, the whole time I lived in Germany for 3 years, and the whole time I lived there, I think it got to 80 degrees once. But it's humid, so that made up for it, right?
It's a dry heat.
Yeah. People are like, I don't like dry heat. I'm like, I love it.
Yeah, it doesn't have a completely crisp finish like your standard German lager might. It just finishes incredibly smooth, and like I said, it's still clean, but it's just without that little a kind of crisp finish you normally get with a European style lager.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's that almost like weird in-mouth aromatic sense you get from some of the German beers sometimes. And yeah, this one's it's really, really nice. And it's cool to see that they're still making new beer. Because someone had asked me recently, what happened? I love going to breweries for new beer, and then all the new beers, a lot of places have just focused on core brands. So it is still nice to see that some of them, like La Cumbre that we reviewed last time, and these guys.
I think some of the bigger breweries, I won't say necessarily bigger, but I mean maybe just in size, that have maybe have the resources. I mean, they're still doing their thing as far as like the seasonals, from what we've seen. I mean, the seasonal releases have definitely tapered off right now. It's not what we've seen in the past, with good cause. So I mean, it is nice to see occasional seasonals that are still coming out, or the specialty releases that I know a lot of people have been waiting for. There's been a handful that have come out, and they're still coming out right now. Trying to think. I mentioned one earlier today, and I can't even remember what it was. But I mean, there's still a couple of breweries that are still doing regular seasonals. I think we will still see them, but they're going to be pretty sparse.
It's more few and far between. Yeah, a lot of what we're seeing right now is things that could be held back just a bit, or were already in process when all this went down. So it's either finish or dump. And so I mean, cheers to the breweries that are able and willing to put in the extra mile and make it happen. So.
Yeah, I mean, and let's be realistic. I mean, with the for anyone out there who happens to see the Brewers Association's recent poll amongst brewers, I believe it was somewhere around like 40% of them reported that, depending 46. On how long this goes on for a few months, that they will be forced to close. Yeah. It's a really bad time for breweries right now with the whole COVID-19 thing happening. It's obviously, I mean, a lot of people are hurt because of it physically and getting sick. And then the rest of us are left with,
doing the best we can.
Yeah. I mean, pretty much. As far as in our little worlds, me and our friends, the breweries, our friends and colleagues there have it really, really hard right now. So thank you for doing what you can with your resources and still putting out stuff like this. So thank you, Marble.
Cheers to that.
Yeah.
Thank you, Marble.
Josh, Ted, the Johns, and their whole staff back there.
Cheers to all y'all.
Mm-hmm.